a fat boy was robbed of money and treated as a pet. Whatever he said, he had to respond with a dog's voice and then act like an animal. Then he made Hyung-suk roll around and beat him. After a series of slaps in the face and thrown at the wall, Hyung-suk back home he hummed a song. While waiting for her mother to cook noodles, she praised her son for singing as good as a singer. As soon as he opened the pot, he yelled at his mother to always put eggs in to make him fat. Then surprised when Hyung-suk said he wanted to change schools with the reason that there were many good students at school that he couldn't follow. Unfortunately, this is the cheapest house to rent, but his mother struggled to earn enough money, and was also afraid that he would be sad if he had to leave his friends. Recalling what he'd been through, he slammed the table and said, "I just want to study, and my friends don't have anything to do with it," then punched the wall. The next afternoon, as soon as he entered the classroom, a female friend was busy looking at her phone and fell, but she also cursed at him, and Logan Lee appeared and asked to go get a shirt for him to prepare for gym class. Hyung-suk was forced to stand still to help them bet. But by reflex, he missed Logan Lee's ball. Followed by another youth's kick, it hit. Logan Lee repeatedly lost money, immediately punched him in the stomach, collapsed on the spot but did not stop. He lifted Hyung-suk up and slapped him. At that moment, Hyung-suk's mother appeared and witnessed all of them rushing into the can and cursing to protect her child. Because everyone around was talking about the mother Hyung-suk, he turned and shouted at his mother. That afternoon, when she returned home, she still talked to him gently and decided to let him transfer schools. But because of her job here, he has to move to live alone, and of course his mother will send money to live. Before Hyung-suk's mother's encouragement about her studies, she could only put her face down and shed tears. So he moved to another area, living in a shabby neighborhood near the new school. "I feel like my life will be changed." When Hyung-suk was walking on the street, where everyone was dressed very fashionable, he bumped into a female friend. "I thought I would be scolded again, but suddenly the girl bowed her head to apologize first, even giving her a bright smile. "This guy is Zach," her friend came to ask if something was wrong. She quickly pulled away. Hyung-suk also laughed, greeted as if insulting Zach made him grumpy, then immediately ate a punch in the face. The other girl tried to stop her friend, but Zach grabbed his head and started bleeding. People around take pictures continuously. He went back home crying and read insulting comments from the online community. Everyone laughs at as ugly and a failure. After a while he fell asleep until he woke up. He felt like everything was getting lower. Looking in the mirror, he panicked when Hyung-suk wondered who this person was. He woke up and opened his eyes, thinking it was just a dream, but he was startled because the other person was lying next to him. This time he tried to shake him up, but the original body fell asleep again and he woke up in the strange body. Even the voice changed. He was afraid to call the doctor. But when I reread the cursed comments, he was determined to change into this new body. The next day at school, Hyung-suk's appearance surprised everyone. Wonder who this student is. He studied in fashion design class, and as soon as he entered the class with his handsome appearance, height of 8 meters and sweet voice, he captivated the girls. When he walked down to the empty seat at the back of the class, he realized that the young man sitting next to him was the one who beat him yesterday, and his friend was sitting at the table above. When he thought he was going to be beaten, he suddenly remembered that in his new body, he didn't recognize himself. This girl is Null. As soon as she sees a handsome man, she immediately puts on lipstick, puts on powder, and deliberately shows off her plump body. She also looks cute. Lunchtime in the canteen, Null is introducing Hyung-suk to different classes such as music class, dance class, or cosmetology class. This is a vocational high school and Hyung-suk's transcript is suitable for the fashion design department, so he was advised by his old school teacher to study in this department. Now he just had to take his share, not make others feel great. Sitting in class, suddenly felt that the whole person was tired. Recalling yesterday afternoon, while practicing to get used to his new body, he realized that he ran very fast, so he ran several laps continuously. So now I'm exhausted. Just like that, Hyung-suk accidentally fell asleep and woke up in his old body. Is staying at the inn, however this body has been sleeping all day, so now it can't sleep anymore. While in despair, not knowing what to do, he was startled awake by Null. Hyung-suk thanked that girl just because of the wake-up call. That night he went to a grocery store that was recruiting part-timers. When the boy was extremely handsome, the owner immediately thought that he would attract girls to buy goods. He immediately accepted him to work, even willing to pay a high salary. As soon as Hyung Suk explained to apply for a job for a friend and not himself, he was disappointed. When he appeared in his original body, the shop owner changed his unrecognizable attitude on the grounds that he was a high school student who didn't know how to classify cigarettes. When he immediately read the tobacco on the shelf surprised him. "I used to be an errand boy and was forced to buy cigarettes, so this is simple." So he was accepted, but with a lower salary. Begin the analysis of the two bodies. Once one body is asleep, it will wake up in the other body, and so on, but when the other body sleeps, it still needs to eat and go to the toilet. That means double living expenses. At that moment, a few young men came in to buy cigarettes, and he realized that his classmate asked for an age check on his ID. They took it out with a different face. When he couldn't let him buy cigarettes, he would definitely be fired by the boss. Who would have thought that Zach was a friend of this group? He bought a bunch of stuff and wanted Hyung Suk to pay for it as if he made up the last time. Zach saw that this young man's name tag looked exactly like the handsome bastard who had just transferred to the class. Assuming that both of you guys want to look at your girlfriend, he jumps in and punches him. Luckily, some friends stopped him. But to make sure he didn't report this to the police, one of his friends forced him to take his pants off and take pictures. Just when his life hit a dead end, his mother called to ask. She hid about the job of picking up boxes all night to earn money to send to her children. The next day continued to be a school day in a handsome body. The guys were bragging about the new photo they took yesterday. They also kept talking about Zach's punches that made him angry but couldn't do anything about it. Not only that, they also insulted Hyung Suk's parents. When he couldn't hold back, he scolded the other guys. Information about the fight quickly spread outside, causing people to rush into the fashion design department. Miran asked Zach to stop, but he thought she was looking up and punched her. As a boxer, his punches are super speedy and can't be seen with the naked eye, but he has been beaten and bullied for a long time. Hyung Suk could completely see it, and with his fast body, he dodged the punch that surprised everyone. He even got mad and threw consecutive punches until he was cornered. Thought it was going to die, but Hyung Suk caught it with his bare hands? Suddenly, I remembered what the guy who hit me before said he was punching in the abdomen, below the ribs. He obeyed to defend himself and ended up punching him successfully. One hit made Zach fall on the spot. Everyone around admired and didn't stop taking pictures. Rumors of Hyung Suk defeating Zach quickly spread to other classes.